Well, Scott, obviously coming off the international break, a bit of an unusual thing, I guess, for A-League players to get used to. Do you think that break came at a good time?
Yeah, like you said, it's unusual, but I think it's come at a good time. Everyone, the Perth game was a pretty cruel, brutal game in terms of the heat and that. Start of the season, we've not had much of it. So, any boys that were dealing with anything, it was a good time to recover. I think that was the same for every team. I think every team had a few days off, but then also get some Ks into the legs as well, without worrying about having to be fresh for a game. So.
And obviously you're facing your old club, Wellington. As you were saying before though, it's a bit of a change sort of setup under a new coach and a lot of new players to when you were there. Yeah,
it is. I think looking from the outside, the way it's set up there is a lot better than what it was last year. And I think that comes down to the coach and the coaching staff and the approach they've made this year, that it has to be a lot better than last year. So from looking from the outside, that's good to see that things have improved there.
You're not the only ex-Wellington player playing this week. You've also got Leah playing. Is there any sort of inside trading, any sort of tactics when you're coming up against your old squad?
Nah, nothing. Everyone always thinks that, but you keep your cards close to your chest.
And obviously the conditions over there can be pretty challenging sometimes in terms of the weather. It's a long trip. Do you think the fact that you've had a season playing there for yourself personally, you're know a little bit more sort of what to expect over there?
Sort of. I think the year I was there is probably the best weather they've had in a long time. But then looking at the game against West Sydney that they had, I didn't have any of those conditions last year. So Wellington's a bit of you get what you get when you're there, I think.
Tough game for Adelaide United. Where do you see them at the moment, and how hard do you have to push now to make sure you try and get that top four?
We know in our quality. I think the start of the season's obviously had its up and then had its down as well. We've had three home games to start the season. We haven't won any of them, but then we had a very good win away and then won the cup as well. The loss to Perth hurt us a lot, especially the fact is I don't think even before I came Adelaide had lost a game at home in 2018, so that hurts to lose that and in the fashion that we did. But now it's time to put that in the past. We've learned from it, watch the video, bounce back and have a good result and a good game this weekend.
You're still struggling to be able to get that score on the board. Is it something that you continue to look at, making sure that I know you're a defensive player, but making sure you get the ball forward and getting some strikers?
Yeah. No, it's like that. I think with every team. Every team always has their bits that they need to improve. Us at the moment, we just need to put the ball in the back of the net. We've been relying on Goody for most of our goals, but now I think it's time for everyone else to step up and do their job as well, which I believe we will.
And in terms of some of the new players that have come into the Phoenix this season, they seem to have a real focus on pace. They've got guys there like David Williams, obviously Krishna was there previously, even Singh. As a wide sort of player yourself, mate, is it something you're wary of against this week, the pace that they've got from those wide positions?
Yeah, watching them, the pace that they have, especially on the counter-attack, the way they play, they've got 5 at the back, but then they've got some classy and quick players up front. Obviously being there last year, I played and trained every day on the likes of Krishna, and that's who I'll most likely come up against in the game. But then David Williams as well, Nathan Burns, they're all players I've played against in the past. So it's, for me, nothing different. You know your job and your responsibility, and it's up to you to do it.
You mentioned Goody, him scoring most of your goals. It's a bit dangerous for the squad to rely on that one player to try and get you across the line every week.
I don't think we rely on him. I just think he's just in a great hit of form, and so he should be. He's been absolutely killing it. But we've got other players in the team that are able to score. You look at AP coming in as well, and I think we've got to click the final little bits just to get it over.
What sort of moves Craig in? Had the time away but didn't get any minutes with the Socceroos. Have you spoken to him? How is he?
He's come back positive. Obviously he would have loved to have played, but now his focus switches straight back to us and coming in and continuing the form that he's in to make sure he's there at the next Socceroos camp.
I guess Socceroos' loss is your gain because he hasn't played this week and this match fit likely.
Yeah. For myself, I would have loved to have seen him play, but like you said, he comes back, he's fit, he's not played only 3 days ago, like compared to when the game would be. But like I said, his focus completely switches to us now.
A bit of talk about forward setup, but the back four has been a real positive this year, and you've been part of that. Have you found gelling with Jakobsen and then also the boys that were there?
Yeah, I think pre-season we did a lot of work, and we always continue to do a lot of work across the back. We've kept a lot of clean sheets. We only conceded 1 goal in the cup, and that was in the final. This year we've only kept 1 in the first few rounds of the season, and we'll be looking to keep another. But I think the relations that everyone's building across the back is really strong, and that's what's kept us looking really solid.
And for yourself personally, mate, obviously when you joined Adelaide this season, I guess the idea was game time.
Other answer?
That's a fine.
We're not live or anything.
Oh, it's fine. Getting game time, I think you've started almost every game so far, mate. That must be, I guess, evidence that the move was the right one to make.
Yeah, definitely. For me, the move that I wanted to make and the reason coming here was to come to a classy, competitive team, somewhere that's going to push me and drive me to become the best player that I am, and I believe so far it's done that. I've not regretted a single thing. I've loved every minute of being at Adelaide. I'm just looking forward to what's ahead as well.
Can the team do the double this year, do you think? Is there any chance of back-to-back titles?
Do the double, you do the triple if you want. Yeah. There's the Premier's plate. That's the number one focus now because it's the next in line. So we concentrate week in, week out to go from there. Make sure that we're in the finals, but then push to win the Premier's plate, and then from there you look to the finals. But you take it one step at a time. So.
Beautiful.